What is up, everybody? It is Alex from Heavy New York calling from the Alto again, and this time on Zoom, we got the one and only 156 Silence. Thank you so much for being here today, man. It's great to have you here.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, it's so awesome to have you here. People watching, a new album expected to come out very, very soon. I gotta tell you, first off, this album cover is probably some of the most haunting album artwork I've ever seen in my life. Like, you gave the Joker, Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal, you gave them all a run for their money with that fucking album cover right there. So,
Hell yeah. Kind of an homage to like all of that kind of stuff, really.
yeah.
And like we wanted to we're huge fans of the Aphex Twins, so like kind of inspired by his artwork as well. And kind of inspired by the Jane Doe Converge album cover. But like, cause we want it to be like that, but it's definitely, people like it or they hate it. It's either one or the other.
Yeah, I do gotta say though, now that you mentioned Aphex Twin, I definitely see that, like that infamous Cheshire smile of Aphex Twin is, and I never understood Aphex Twin is considered to be such a scary artist. His music,
I know, right?
I like listen to his music in like a hospital waiting room, like it's elevator music to me. Yeah.
All right.
But this new album, People Watching, is really absolutely killer. Was there sort of like a vision you had in mind going into it? Was it just meant to be a continuation of narrative, or was it meant to kind of like be new uncharted territory for 156?
I think we wanted to really emphasize more of the soundscape and synth aspects of narrative, but really do our own thing and get out of our comfort zone, especially me with like writing some of these clean choruses and like the clean singing parts that I haven't normally done before, just to, because I know that I could, so I wanted to do it just to say that I could. And I think that we executed it well. I'm happy with the final product, and I think that I think everybody else will be too.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I mean, when you like Better Written Villain and Product Placement, I think those choruses are fucking epic. Like they really have like a emphasis on it. And I wanted to ask about this. I feel like right now you're on tour right now with Signs of the Swarm and Cane Hill and Of Sulfur. Very, very heavy crowd. People into the crowd are very into the hardcore and the deathcore and whatnot. But with you guys being on board, I feel like I mean it as a compliment, being like the more melodic band, but I'd imagine that People Watching opens up a lot new doors, right? I could see you on tours with the Beartooths and the Parkway Drives at this point.
That's what we're trying to do. Like we want to really be able to play on any bill, on any fucking tour. We want to play for any crowd, anybody that is just a fan of heavy music in general, and not just the people that are there for deathcore, people that are there for heavy or hardcore, metalcore, etc. We want them to be metalheads, just people that like heavy music.
Can you see yourself maybe exploring even more uncharted territory? Because you already have like the synths and the breakdowns and the epic choruses and the aggressive vocals. Are there elements that haven't been incorporated yet that you'd like to maybe incorporate in the future?
Absolutely. I think that we'll just keep experimenting, see what sounds cool, see what I'm happy with, what the band is happy with. But yeah, we're going to definitely progress more with like this experimental, I don't want to say pop kind of sound, but like clean choruses, clean singing, more open to that. Yeah. More open to just experimenting new stuff.
Yeah. When it comes to the lyrical aspect, could a lyrical concept or maybe a lyrical meaning maybe also influence the sound of the music as well? Or have you always needed the music before lyrics come into play?
Jim gives me the instrumentals and then I throw the lyrics in. So it all really depends on how his instrumentals make me feel or like what I see from his instrumental.
Are you able to tell by the instrumental what usage of your voice you're going to use? Because you have a very eclectic voice. I mean, you could really kind of hit multiple ranges.
There's some times where I can't unhear like a melody that I hear in my head. And once I can't unhear it, then yeah, it becomes stuck in my head. And I usually go with that route. Or if I can't unhear it, then I'll have like Jim try and help me out with the melody or something like that, or see what sounds better. It all comes down to what flows the best, I feel.
And does that flow, is there like a very technical aspect? Are you like looking for a specific structure, or is that flow that you're looking for mainly just kind of like a feeling?
Yeah, it's all feeling. It all has to be feeling. Otherwise, it's like, I could just go on ChatGPT and then have them do it. It's all got to be feeling. It's all got to be soul, baby.
Yeah. You know what's funny is I actually went on ChatGPT and I actually asked ChatGPT to find what a poser is, and and it actually gave me a list of bands of what posers listen to. I didn't tell ChatGPT to reference metal or anything like that. I just said, ChatGPT, define poser. And it like says, if you listen to Bring Me the Horizon or any of that new metal stuff, you're qualified as a poser. Your music should really have the intense riffs.
No way, dude. Bring Me the Horizon rules.
I fucking love Bring Me the Horizon. And
I love the Devil Wears Prada. I love Pierce the Veil. I don't care.
Yeah, they're all amazing bands. I listen to them all the time. That's ChatGPT speaking, so AI thinks we're all a bunch of posers, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah, definitely. We tried to have ChatGPT write a song like 156, and it was really rough, and it made me feel bad about myself because it was just shit.
Yeah. Do you feel like 156 Silence is almost like a genreless band? Because it almost seems like that the future is genreless in music. When you look at like a lot of bands, especially that do cater in the more core genre, we mentioned Bring Me the Horizon, but I think Dance Gavin Dance is also a good reference. Not Sleep Token.
Sleep Token. I love Sleep Token.
Yep.
You could say
Bad
Sleep
Omens.
Token.
Bad Omens.
Yeah, Bad Omens. Fuck yeah.
Like it almost.
I think that's what we would like to be able to say we are as genreless and be able to tour with any band, like you said. Whether they be deathcore, whether they be metalcore, whether it be alternative, emo, whatever.
And do you feel like 156 Silence or 156 Silence, is that almost kind of like an Alexis or Alex is on Fire sort of a thing as well?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, our whole name itself is just like, it's just a name. It doesn't really come from anything or have any significance. It's like Blink-182. It's just 156 Silence.
I was going to ask if 156 was like an area code or something along those lines.
Nope.
But how did you come up with the number? Was there a specific...
It wasn't me. I joined 3 years after the band was already started. The band name comes from 100 on a sheet of music. It said 156 measures, and at the end it said silence. So that's where the name comes from.
Fair enough.
That's literally it.
Now, for people who haven't heard the full album of People Watching, and we kind of in a way just answered this from what we talked about before, but with singles that we've heard so far, such as Product Placement or Want, which features Craig Owens, but you also have Unreasonable Doubt and whatnot, are all the singles that we heard so far a good representation of this whole album, or are people going to be completely shocked when they hear Sleep Spikes or Target Acquired or Blood Loss?
The Target Acquired, Sleep Spike, those are all completely different. Like the songs that we released for our singles are the ones so far, they're all singing based, but we have some fucking ass beaters on this album for sure. That there is no singing; it is all anger. And I promise you, it'll scratch every itch that metalheads have that don't want to hear the singing in their metal.
Are those the songs you were bringing after this particular tour?
Yeah.
When it comes to your live presence as well, do you almost have to practice crowd interaction or stage presence in a way? Is that because I feel like with a 156 show, it is an experience like just as much as listening to the album. So do you practice stage presence and crowd interaction, or does that just have to kind of like hit you?
I think I definitely gotten better at it over the years. I've been horrible at it. And I hate to say it, but like when early on in the days, I used to be drunk during our sets and I wouldn't talk as much or I'd be all fucked up or something. But like now that I have like clear conscious and like able to fucking think about what I want to say, I'm definitely better at interacting. I'm definitely better at like controlling the crowd more than I used to be, I feel.
When it comes to like the art of crowd control, actually, I kind of wanted to make that a bit of a topic on this interview because do you almost like look at the room? Is there like a lot of reading the room in a way, or do you kind of is there like
people watching, if you will?
Oh, I see what you did there. but like, because I wanted to ask, like, you have to read the room and you have to kind of be calculating, but you know, you played in Chicago. Nobody who was at the Brooklyn show is there tonight. So, like, does every show call for its own approach?
Yeah, absolutely. Every crowd's different. Every city's different, but they're all there for the same reason. You just got to tell them what to do. They'll listen to you.
Does it? I'd imagine it gets a little too fun sometimes. You could almost kind of make them do anything.
Oh yeah, when I realize I have too much control, then I start having a lot of fun.
I feel like it is a great power, which also does come with great responsibility.
Yeah, you gotta like be, hey, don't murder each other, but fucking kill somebody.
That should be a T-shirt. Contact your merch company right now. Like fuck this interview, get the hell off, and contact your merch company. Um, but when it comes to your lyrical aspect as well, kind of circling back to the lyrics, would you consider people watching or 156 in general to be conceptually driven, where there is sort of like a theme that you want to address, or do you take inspiration from different sources?
I'd say that the theme of this album is more so just awareness and self realization of just like the things that are around you, the people that are around you, and for what they are. And people get really attached to social media and other bullshit like that. It's just like social observation, just watching the world around you. That's basically the theme, for good or bad, because it's all good or bad.
Watching the world around you is sitting back and observing, not even just like having a microphone in front of you, like just sitting back and either watching the world, whether it be in real life or on a screen, is that part of your artistic process?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, that it has to be. It's just like it has to be what you are exposed to in your life.
When depending on what you're singing about, does it resonate with you differently?
Yeah, but when I'm singing, I try not to think about like what the lyrics are about, as more so just like doing a job and getting the job done. We were up there for a half hour. It's not so bad. It's mostly good, but it can be bad some days.
And now that you have, narrative as well as people watching, and quite an impressive catalog already, how do you decide on the set list? Is that based on the type of tours that you're on, or does it have to be like, are you? Yeah, does it depend on the tour that you're on, depending on what you incorporate in the set list? Because you already have what, like I believe, 4 albums in an EP, from Undercover Scumbag to Irrational Pull and whatnot.
Yeah, definitely. We like to change the setup every tour. Obviously, just to mix things up. It gets boring playing the same shit over. But for this tour, like we could put through more like deathcore sounding songs, because we have them in our catalog. We could have put more of them on set list, but we just want to play the new stuff. It's the most fun for us to play. The new songs are very stressful on me to really have to baby my voice a lot more than I used to have to, just so I can do the screaming into singing easily. But other than that, playing the new songs are way more fun than playing the old songs. And like, I don't. We're on a deathcore tour right now, and I'm singing every night, so like it's still, we're doing well.
Being a vocalist too, who has many usages of your voice, does that express a different side of yourself if you're doing more aggressive vocals versus more melodic vocals?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Do you express a different side of yourself depending if you're singing or doing more aggressive vocals?
Oh yeah, I mean it's all part of like the performance art. It's you got to jump between characters.
Do you feel like you are portraying a character outside of who you personally are on stage?
No, I wouldn't say so. It's more so it's kind of just like the performance side of me. I would say, and not different, just more animated for sure.
Yeah, because and then you led me into what I wanted to ask for the final portion of this interview, and we kind of touched upon it a little bit, and that is like inspirations. I know it is cliche to ask, and you probably get it in every interview. What are your inspirations? But I'm having such an eclectic sound. I think it's fair to say that everybody in 156 has a different inspiration, right?
Oh, of course. I mean, but we all agree and disagree on music, of course. We all have like our favorite sounds. Like Deftones is obviously our like collective. We all like Deftones, but like Lucas is into slam music. Ryan is into like metalcore. Fucking Kyle's into like Emure riffs and shit. I'm into all kinds of stuff, music, Apex Twins, blah blah blah. But for this album, we really just wanted to like take inspiration from early 2000s metalcore and post-hardcore and stuff, new metal, Linkin Park style, nostalgic feeling that is refreshingly new in our own take on it.
Are you the new singer of Linkin Park? I can see you hitting those notes.
Dude, I fucking that shit. They call me up right now. I'm gone. I'm gone. Call me up. I'm gone.
You heard it here. Imagine if this interview is the reason you got that gig.
Dude, call me up. Call me. Linkin Park. Call me up.
Well, if that happens, you gotta help me get an interview with Mike Shinoda.
I got you. Me and Mike go way back. Call me. Linkin Park.
So before we go, I want to thank you so much for your time today. Especially, I know how being on tour and everything to do this, it really means a lot. And again, shout out to Tour Bus Invaders as well. It's still like an honor to be kind of like in the same press schedule as them.
Hell yeah, dude.
Is there just anything else with 156 that you'd like to promote for after this tour, if you're allowed to say at this moment, of course? What else could we be expecting with People Watching coming out very soon?
People Watching comes out September 13th via Sharp Tone Records on every fucking streaming platform. Next year, co-headliner and Europe tour. Bang, 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 bang.
Hell yeah. Can't wait for all of it. But thank you so much, everybody. 156 Silence. Be sure to check out People Watching out September 13th. We will see you next time on Heavy New York.